Yes, Brother David.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we begin, right?
Yes.
Okay. So good afternoon and good evening, everyone.
Evening.
It's my pleasure. Yeah, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to today's conference. We are truly grateful for your presence, whether you are joining us locally or from across the globe. Today promises to be an inspiring and thought-provoking session. We are honored to have with us a distinguished speaker, Father Rayappa, a native of Katpadi, a cosmologist, and a frog conservationist around the world, giving lectures on global warming and climate change. Father Rayappa draws insight from Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, and Islam in his advocacy to protect the environment. He has authored many books on different subjects such as environment, anthropology, evolution, and ecotheology. Today, Father will be sharing with us his insights on the topic, the Big Four, as we saw it on the invitation. Welcome, dear Father Rayappa.
Thank you.
Before we begin, just a quick reminder, please keep your microphones muted during the presentation to avoid any interruptions. Feel free to use the chat to share comments or questions. So I'm sure we'll have a Q&A session after the talk. Thank you again for being here. Let's settle in, open our minds, and enjoy the session. Let's welcome Father Rayappa. So over to you, Father. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. Many people, mostly my friends, joining. And Father Bosco is a wonderful friend of mine and also a new friend who introduced me just now, all of you, to listen to what Pope Francis is going to say. Actually, he is the author of the Big Four. What did you think when I put the Big Four? What did you think? Maybe poisonous snakes in Africa, animals. Are you getting the audio?
Yes.
Something gone wrong, I think.
Yes, yes, Father.
Something gone wrong. Are you able to hear? Okay. So the Big Four means four encyclicals written by Pope Francis. I use this phrase, the Big Four, to denote the four encyclicals written by Pope Francis on four relationships that every religion on the planet is talking about. You know, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Zoroastrianism, even Shinto, even Tao, even all the religions in the world, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, everybody talks about these four relationships. And the four relationships are very, very important. That's why Jesus came, Buddha came. Everybody taught how to keep up these four relationships in balance. In other words, these four relationships are common. So, what are they? They are relationship with myself. I should be good in my inner dimension in order to do good outside. So the inner dimension reflects outside. What you are, you're going to give. So Dilexit knows, that is the first encyclical I'm going to talk about very soon. So it talks about how to relate with myself. doing away, removing all the bad traits in my heart and restore the goodness, the good virtues in my heart. The second one is actually relationship with God. If you can relate with yourself, if your all the goodness is filled in your heart, you'll be searching for goodness. Ultimately, God is the sum of goodness. So you are going to seek only God. That is the encyclical what Pope Francis wrote called Lumen Fidei. I'll be talking about little later. So that is on relationship with God. The third one is the relationship with the neighbor or with the another human being or human beings. That is the most difficult thing in all these relationships, to relate in balance with my neighbor who is living in front, at my back, on my left and on my right, above and at the bottom. So this is the relationship needs lot of deliberation. So the encyclical Pope Francis has written is quite big encyclical. It contains many pages, Fratelli Tutti. The last one is Laudato Si. That is our relationship with the whole of creation, with the non-living factors included. Everything is connected, interconnected, and interdependent. So the Laudato Si talks about our relationship with the whole of creation. So this is called the with myself, relationship with God, relationship with my neighbor, relationship with the whole of creation. You know what? Bhagavad Gita, Quran, Old Testament, Avesta, Acharanga Sutra, Davo, all those great religious books, even including Bible, they suggest that human life is grounded in four fundamental and closely intertwined relationships with myself, with God, with our neighbor, and with the earth itself. According to the Bible, these four vital relationships have been broken both outwardly and within us. The rupture, the Catholic Church calls it sin. The harmony between the Creator, humanity, and creation as a whole was disrupted by our presuming to take the place of God and refusing to acknowledge our creaturely limitations. So there is the rupture in all these four relationships right now. The outcome is ecological crisis. The 21st century problems is the reflection of the disruption made in the four fundamental relationships. Actually, this approach, what Francis is taking, it's a very good approach. Ecumenically good. He brings all the religions together because all religions talk about them. All the religious reformers talked about them. So he is inviting all religions to be together, work for the common good of the planet. So for all the religions were working for the self-interest mostly. My religion is the best. My dogma is the best. My God is the best. This is how we have been fragmenting the reality But now these four, the big four encyclicals can join humanity in one common theme, and we can do a new evangelization together. So evangelization is not only, it belongs to, is the job of Christianity, the Abrahamic religions, those who seek for converts. But no, the love and empathy and compassion, the proselytization, evangelization of those great virtues belong to all religions. We need to go and talk about them to people today when we are facing too much of violence, too much of hate, division, too much of insecurity. So only these four relationships can bring balance and they can bring solution to our common home. So now the first one, relationship with myself. Pope Francis is writing one big encyclical which contains 5 chapters. You know what? 220 paragraphs. That's pretty long encyclical, I want to tell you. 60,000 words he is using to express what our relationship with myself it's all about. The lex is knows in Latin word simply means about us. Pope Francis, he wrote subtitle on the human and divine love of the heart of Jesus Christ. And it was 2024 as a Jesuit on the significance of devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus within Jesuit spirituality, similar to previous encyclicals, emphasizes modern technology, modern phenomena such as individualism, social and economic disparities, and the uses of the economy and technology that threaten our humanity, and calls for discovery of art as a way towards unity, peace, and reconciliation in the modern era. In other words, we are putting too much focus on material things. Our distractions are in economy, technology, all that superfluous things. But Pope Francis is inviting us to see the reality about us, what we are inside, what we have. We are a human person made with flesh, not like technology with screens, glass, not by economy like cement and asphalt. They don't have feelings. They don't experience pain and suffering. They don't experience joy, happiness, depression, nothing they experience. But only human heart can experience that. Only human heart can seek truth. It can seek justice, righteousness. And it can think and it can love, it can hope, and it can do good things, the human heart. So that is what Pope Francis is trying to tell. Today we have gone too far in the senseless, believing in senseless things which don't have heart. But come back and see within you, in your heart, you are filled up to the neck with good things. Yeah. You are filled with good things inside. You don't need that outside distracting stuff. things to entice you. Your heart is so come back, he calls. So look in your heart. That is what I am. That is what you are. True self and homes. There, 5 chapters are very important, and only few quotes I want to give you to show you the direction, the motive of the and Pope Francis is writing so beautifully in the paragraph number 5 of the Lexicnos. Heart is the part of us that is nice, instead authentic, real, entirely who we are. Very profound words. It is the reality. The other things are not real. They will come today, tomorrow they are throw away waste. Again something comes, again it becomes a waste. Everything is thrown away, but the heart you can't throw away. Do you? You can't throw away. That is what we are. Another paragraph, Dilexithos, paragraph number 6, he writes, despite our every attempt to appear as something we are not, our heart is the ultimate judge, not of what we show or hide from others, but of who we truly are. What other people say, what other people think, doesn't matter. We know who we are because of our, which gives the direction to the whole encyclical. In this paragraph, you will understand that Pope is telling us that our relationship with myself, I mean, my relationship with me, should be in balance. I should know who am I. Tiruvannamalai, Ramana Maharishi, the famous sage from Tiruvannamalai, his main teaching was based on this. Who are you? Who I am. That was the main teaching. Why the whole world is coming to listen to him. How to find who am I? Who am I? How to relate with myself, removing bad and restoring goodness in my heart so that I can give back to the whole world that goodness. Here is paragraph number 8 from the Lexicon. No, this is the last one I give you. Then we move on to another encyclical. Instead of running after superficial satisfactions and playing a role for the benefit of others, we would do better to think about the really important questions in life. Who am I really? What am I looking for? What direction do I want to give to my life, my decisions and my actions? Why and for what purpose am I in this world? How do I want to look back on my life once it ends? What meaning do I want to give to all my experiences? Who do I want to be for others? Who am I for God? All these questions lead us back to the heart. You know what? Jesus also had the similar anguish when he asked the disciples. It is written by evangelist Mark, chapter 8, 27, 29. Who do people say I am? He wanted to know who he was. So that is the first premise. That's a great search. So we have to clarify. That is what Holy Father is writing. So I think the first encyclical Dilexit Nos just deals with each one of us in search of who am I. Yes, to find my heart. Return to the heart. So in that sense, I would like to comment that human beings are upgraded. So far, we are known as the image of God. The first chapters of Genesis say that we are the same. Encyclical, as he talks about the Sacred Heart of Jesus, he is talking about also human beings, not only Jesus' heart, other people's hearts. Each and every heart that exists on this planet, maybe 8 billion people, that we are made up of, as he talks Sacred Heart, he thinks that we are also image of the Sacred Heart. So we have become a little more complex from Imago Dei, that is image of God. Now we are the image of the Sacred Heart. So that image is really more complex, I think. So let us go to the second encyclical, the second big four. It's called Lumen Fidei. In English, religion has that light. Whether or Zoroastrian, Parsi, or Jaina, Buddha, Christian, or Islam, anybody, everybody has that light, the light of faith. You know, this encyclical relationship with God, Pope teaches us so beautifully. You know, this encyclical has got only 4 chapters, only 60 paragraphs, paras, 20,000 words. Imagine 60,000 more than Lumen Fidei. This is 20,000. It's very easy to understand, easy to read. Within 1 or 2 days, you can read the whole document, which is great, which is great. So Lumen Fidei is the first encyclical letter of Pope Francis, issued on 29 June 2013 on the solemnity 2013, less than 4 months after his election to the papacy. It was the first encyclical in the history of the Catholic Church, written by 2 popes, being begun by Pope Benedict XVI and finished by Pope Francis. It is a celebration of Christian faith as the guiding light of a successful and fruitful life, inspiring social action as well as devotion of human existence. The encyclical focuses on faith and completes what his predecessor, Pope Benedict XVI, had previously written about charity and hope. Two theological virtues in this encyclicals, Deus Caritas Est and Spe Salvi. It is divided into 4 chapters with an introduction and a conclusion. The encyclical traces the history of the faith of the church from the call of Abraham and the people of Israel to the resurrection of Jesus. Discusses the relationship between reason and faith. The church's role in the transmission of the faith and the role faith plays in the building of societies in search of the common good. Then text concludes with the prayer to the Virgin Mary, who is presented as a model of faith. Here is one paragraph, paragraph number 8 from Lumen Fidei, I would like to read to you. Faith opens the way before us and accompanies our steps through time. Hence, if we want to understand what faith is, we need to follow trodden by believers as witnessed first in the Old Testament. Here, a unique place belongs to Abraham, our father in faith. Something disturbing takes place in his life. God speaks to him. He reveals himself as a God who speaks and calls his name. Faith is linked to hearing. Abraham does not see God, but hears his voice. Faith thus takes on a personal aspect. God is not the God of a particular place or a deity linked to specific sacred time, but the God of a person, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, of interacting with man. Establishing a covenant with him through your word, which who calls us by name. The encyclical I enjoyed so much. What I like is in one of the paragraphs, Pope is writing, belief is not compatible with seeking. Belief is not compatible with seeking. Pope is not criticizing anything or appreciating anything. Both are good. Some people, I would say, half of humanity, they simply believe what has been given through tradition by our ancestors. But other half, they are not satisfied with that, so they do seeking. They want to find for themselves. The experience is very challenging. Seek. The other, believing, is very comfortable. You simply enjoy. You only bliss. But seeker gets maybe disappointment, maybe hatred. People hate him because he doesn't believe. He is sidelined. He is rejected by people because he doesn't believe. He seeks. But at the end, the light of faith, you know what? Everybody has that light of faith because God is the first one always to introduce himself to man. Then man responds and we become one. Relationship starts. So that is how things are. Even if you seek, at the end, I am sure you will find the same God. In belief, you find the same God. After seeking 100 years, with all the risks involved, you find the same God. Both are leading to God. That is the good news. The encyclical is so beautifully written. I think everybody should read that. The third one is our relationship with neighbor. Very hard relationship. Also, encyclicals is also very hard to read. It's the longest encyclical. 68,000 words used in Fratelli tutti, that means we are all brothers. Fratelli tutti means we are all brothers and sisters, of course. We are not eliminating women. So we are all brothers and sisters. So it concerns with the relationship with the neighbor. Fratelli tutti encyclical has, as I said, 68,000 words, 287 paragraphs, 8 chapters. The longest encyclical in Big Four. So this is the third theme we are discussing in the Big Four. Fratelli Tutti is the third encyclical of Pope Francis, subtitled On Fraternity and Social Friendship. It was released in 2020. The document, Francis states that the way the COVID-19 pandemic was managed by world countries has shown a failure in global cooperation. The encyclical calls for more human fraternity and solidarity and is a plea to reject war and violence. The document was signed on 3rd October 2020 on the occasion of Pope Francis's visit to the tomb of his say Francis of Assisi, and was published the following day on the saint's feast day. In the encyclical, Pope states that his February 2019 meeting in Abu Dhabi with Ahmed Al the Grand Imam, in the document on human fraternity, was an inspiration for the development of the document. Besides Francis of Assisi, he also states that he has been inspired by numerous non-Catholics, including Martin Luther King, Desmond Tutu, and that is amazing. The whole universal influence. The North
Father,
Lost connection.
I think Father's connection
Hmm.
is some problem.
Hello?
Yes, Father.
என்ன boss என்னாச்சு?
No,
Yes,
your
yes.
connection was weak, I think. Father, can you hear me?
I think we lost him again.
அப்படியா?
Yes, yes.
யார் என்னுடைய கனெக்ஷனா?
ஆமா ஆமா.
போலாமா?
எஸ் 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 ப்ளீஸ்.
கண்டினியூ பண்ணலாமா?
One second,
So
Father.
in the encyclical Fratelli Tutti, yeah.
Yes, Father. Yes, Father. Please.
In the encyclical Fratelli Tutti, Pope Francis observes two kinds of people. When something happens, there are bystanders and upstanders. Bystanders, upstanders. So he's a bystander. He uses the parable of the Good Samaritan. It's a very familiar story from the Bible. So the first two people are bystanders. They look at the wounded man and they didn't want to do anything about it. They just walked away. The third man is a donkey and he attends the wounds of the wounded man on the road. So he is the upstander. So in the modern day, in our community, there are people, bystanders, upstanders. And number 6, Pope Francis introduces in the following words. The complete teaching on fraternal love but rather to consider its universal scope, its openness to every man and woman. கேக்குதா?
Father, yes, yes. Now.
Hello?
Yes, yes. Father?
So please, some interruption happened and you can read. Okay.
Yes.
In paragraph number 54, Pope Francis writes that humanity, the love for neighbor, can do wonders, can do miracles. During COVID-19 pandemic, how humans did that miracle. He tries to explain, he tries to capture what happened during the pandemic in the paragraph number 54. Just listen to what he is writing. It's an amazing paragraph. Despite these dark clouds, which may not be ignored, I would like in the following pages to take up and discuss many new paths of hope. For God continues to sow abundant seeds of goodness in our human family. The recent pandemic enabled us to recognize and appreciate once more all those around us, to recognize, all those around us who, in the midst of fear, responded by putting their lives on the line. We began to realize that our lives are interwoven with and sustained by ordinary people, valiantly shaping the decisive events of our shared history. Doctors, nurses, pharmacists, storekeepers, and supermarket workers, cleaning personnel, caretakers, transport workers, men and women working to provide essential services and public safety, volunteers, priests, and religious, they understood that no one is saved alone. You know what? We have religions, we have politics, we have economy, we have got technology to save anybody. Today, that is the belief what everybody has. These four can save us all. But what happened during the pandemic? Politics, completely helpless. Religions, helpless. All the churches were closed. All the religious, all those priests, everybody disappeared. They couldn't come out. The third one is economy. We had so much money. Did all that money save a single soul during the pandemic? Nothing. We had technology. We have got medication. And we boast that we can do anything. But that technology, did it save anybody during the pandemic? All the four, which we really hope that they would save us, they were simply a failure. Failure. Only one thing saved humanity. One human saved another human being. One human saved the whole of humanity. So that is what Pope is writing in the paragraph number. All those wonderful people, supermarket workers, storekeepers, doctors, pharmacists, nurses, priests, nuns, and public workers, women working in essential services. Wow, humanity. At last, today we can trust this encyclical. Our relationship with other human beings can really help, can really solve, can really add a new dimension to our humanity. There is no doubt at all. Okay, the last one, Laudato Si, our relationship with the whole of creation. It contains 6 chapters, 246 paragraphs, 40,000 words. I mean, Lumen Fidei is only 20,000. I think Laudato Si 40,000. Dilexit Nos is 60,000. At last, Fratelli Tutti is 68,000 words. It's all right. It's a beautiful encyclical. Today, the whole world is talking about. It's about relationship with the creation. Laudato Si, which means Christ be to you, or praise be to you. O Lord, Lord, I praise you. So that is the meaning of Laudato Si. It's the second encyclical of Pope Francis, subtitled on care for our common home. In it, the Pope criticizes consumerism and irresponsible economic development, laments environmental degradation and global warming, and calls all people of the world to take swift and unified global action. The encyclical, dated 24 May 2015, was officially published at noon on 18 June 2015, accompanied by a news conference. The title of the social encyclical is a central Italian phrase from Francis of Assisi's 13th century Canticle of the Sun, also called Canticle of the Creatures, a poem and prayer in which God is praised for the creation of the different creatures and aspects of the earth. Francis reportedly has said that the encyclical was not really an environmental document at all. The warming of the planet is a symptom of a greater problem, the developed world's indifference to the destruction of the planet as nations pursue short-term economic gains. This has resulted in a throwaway culture in which unwanted items and unwanted people, such as the unborn, the elderly, and the poor, are discarded as a waste. This subtext makes the document more profoundly subversive than it appears on the surface. The real problem, according to Pope Francis, lies in the fact that humans no longer see God as the creator of the universe. Thus, we see other living beings as mere objects subjected to arbitrary human domination and do not realize that the ultimate purpose of other creatures is not found in us. Pope Francis says that instead of viewing humanity as having dominion over the earth, we must see that everything is interconnected and that all of us, all of creation is a kind of universal family, cosmic family, one family. Nature cannot be seen as something apart from humanity or merely the place where we live. He says that our social and environmental crises are thus one complex crisis that must be solved holistically. Holistically. I think today, Laudato Si, the encyclical on our relationship with the creatures, is the best book available on the planet on bioethics. Bioethics. So today, if anybody want to read what bioethics, how to relate with the created world, I think Laudato Si can guide you and it can give you guidelines. Pope Francis brilliantly writes at the end of the encyclical, in the paragraph number 240, the vital importance of these four relationships. Relationship with me, okay? How I should relate with myself. One, relationship with God. Number two, relationship with my neighbor. The three, the relationship with the whole of creation. Only through these four relationships, we can grow, we can mature, and we can be sanctified, and we can be transformed like God, only through this four relationships. Always in balance. One area break it, the other
Bro,
Yeah, where?
I think Father's connection is not today.
Not that good. Beginning it was good, but now
Yeah,
in between.
let's see once again. It means think no. Anyway, we can conclude, no?
No, wait, whether has he finished?
Yeah, no, almost he has come to the end point, but he has not completed. We'll wait. I don't know whether he's joining. Connection problem. Nice. It's coming.
Now, Bosco.
Yes, Father. Today your network was very poor.
சரி நோ ப்ராப்ளம் நான் முடிச்சிட்டேன் அந்த லாஸ்ட் கோட் தான் சொல்ல
Yeah.
I already told
Yeah, you can go ahead, Father. You can just complete that one and then we'll conclude.
Okay, the last quote is very simple, very beautiful, and only through 4 relationships you can go to moksha. The route is only through 4 relationships. We can reach God. So, what I'm telling, I think these 4 relationships are very important for each and every person on the planet. There is no religion here. For human being, this is the map through which, this is a GPS through which we can reach to God and moksha, enlightenment. So Pope Francis writes in the paragraph number 240, I can say to you, human person grows more, matures more, and is sanctified more to the extent that he or she enters into relationships, going out of themselves to commune with God, with the neighbor, and with the whole of creation. Amen. Thank you so much. So I thank Bosco. We had some interruptions, that's all right. I thought in Rome things are better than India. What, Bosco? Rome is, I'm glad to see Rome is somewhat inferior to Indian internet. But it's okay. Anyway, we got through. I'm grateful for that. Thanks.
Dear brothers and sisters, today we celebrate the solemnity of the nativity of St. John the Baptist. The church is inviting us to contemplate on the mystery of God's vocation, mission, and faithfulness. And it's the right day for all of us to reflect on this, the big 4, the beautiful encyclicals of Pope Francis. And we are fortunate to have Father Rayappa, a man who loves nature, a man who loves the church, a man who spreads this love of God and the love of nature throughout his life. Father, we are very much proud to have you in our diocese. We are proud to have you as a great resource person for this humanity, not only for the Catholic Church. You are traveling throughout the world, not only concentrating on the Catholics, but you are concentrating on the humanity. That is the specialty of your mission, and we feel proud. And today's talk was thought-provoking, except these interruptions of the connection. Otherwise, it would have been much better. Hopefully, people can really listen to it in the YouTube. And today you have inspired us, continue to inspire us, and you're also challenging us in very many ways, how to love the nature, how to have a right relationship, to lead a happy life. On behalf of all of us, especially our NVSC friends, I would like to thank you for your beautiful presentation today, a thought-provoking talk. Be with us always in all the ways possible to inspire us. Thank you very much, Father. And I also take this opportunity to thank Brother David for welcoming us Actually, I wanted to give an introductory talk in the beginning. Because of my connection, there was some problem. So I directly allowed him and invited him to give a welcome speech and introduce our resource person. And brother has done a good job. Thank you, Brother David, for your good words of welcome.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
I also thank all the brothers and sisters of NBAC community, as well as others friends, friends of mine and friends of Father Rayappa, and all those who are going to listen afterwards using this YouTube. Thank you one and all for your participation and patient listening, and also accepting these interruptions and remaining with us till the last moment. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bosco. God
Father,
bless.
thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And God bless all of you. You're doing wonderful work.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. This is the first time, very first time I'm doing this. We will do it more again of this encyclicals. All right.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Thank you for all the audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Father.
Goodbye. Buonanotte. Ciao, ciao.